This Minecraft flower farm will generate any type of flower you want, depending on where it's built, and we're going to learn how to make it right now. Alright, so what you're going to need is you're going to need all the items inside of the shulker box if you want to build the entire thing, or just the basics. You're going to need a dispenser, 47 blocks of gold, 31 redstone dust, a lever, 10 pistons, 3 redstone repeaters, 30 grass blocks, and some bone meal. Obviously, the more bone meal you have, the more you can run your farm. Down here are some extra items you can use to make this farm a little bit more useful, and just to sort the items that you got. So this is super simple, let's jump right into it. We'll just grab all the items here that we need for the first bit, and build it. Alright, so we're going to start by just going to about where the middle of the farm is going to be, and build up with 2 temporary blocks. Then we're going to put down a grass block, and go out 2 from the grass block in one direction, and 3 from the grass block in the other direction, so we basically have 6 grass blocks like this in a row. Then we're going to go out 2 from either side of one end, and then basically fill in all the grass blocks from there. So we have a 6x5 little square of grass blocks like this. This is going to be where the flowers are going to be generated and then broken off from. Now what we're going to do is on whatever side we have a little bit more room on, like over here for us, we're going to build 2 blocks over like this and place ourselves down a piston. Then we'll get rid of the temporary blocks right here like this, because we don't need those there and they're just in the way. Now we're going to place these pistons just like this across, just like this. So there's 5 over here, 1 over, and of course I've managed to place every single one in the wrong place, just like that. But we're going to break these, and we have 5 over there, just like that. Okay, going back up here, some temporary blocks. We're going to go to this side and get ourselves a block to place on. We're basically just going to put all the pistons on this side, touching directly to the grass, and on this side 1 block away from the grass. So overall the distance between these 2 basically layers of pistons is going to be 7, just like that. Now we're going to grab our blocks of gold just here. Now we're going to start by doing is we're going to start by putting down the blocks of gold on the one side of the pistons just like this. And over here, we'll put them on one side of the pistons, just like this over here. Now, actually, these are blocks of gold, but these can literally be any block. It does not have to be blocks of gold whatsoever. That's just the temporary block I chose, since I have a lot. So I'm going to take these blocks of gold and basically surround the entire thing, starting by putting some on top of these pistons here, just like this. Then we're going to surround the entire thing, all around just like this. So we have a complete square that is encapsulating all of the dirt, just like that. And I'll put some on this side as well. This is basically just to hold in all of the flowers so that when they're being generated, they don't fly literally everywhere, and they'll be a little bit more condensed and a little bit easier to grab, just like this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to build ourselves out some little redstone paths for redstone to go on, out from here, just with these gold blocks like this, so 1 there. And over here we're going to build 1 down 1 and over, down 1 and over here as well, so the 2 sides are identical. And we basically have these little paths of gold going down here like this. We'll get rid of any temporary blocks here that we don't need, except for in the middle here where we place this down. We're going to see that basically, we're actually going to go 1 over from this, but basically what we're going to do is we're going to look at these pistons, and there's actually going to be 3 blocks over from either one. So from here, even though that's air, that's okay. So 1, 2, 3, and then over here we have 1, 2, 3. We'll also make sure this is in the middle, so 1, 2 there, and 1, 2 there. And over here, we're going to place down 1 gold block, or literally any temporary block, and 1 dispenser facing upwards. Let's see if we can place that down correctly, just like that. So this basically has our dispenser be right in the middle of the grass here, so that whenever our dispenser fires, the bone meal will be right in the center here and not really waste any of it. Okay, now that's like this. We're going to work on the redstone because all of the normal blocks have been placed already. And all we need for that is 3 redstone repeaters, 31 redstone dust, and that 1 lever. So what we're going to do is we're going to place our redstone dust over here just like this, simply on either side of these gold blocks here, then down here like this. And we'll do that on the other side as well. Very simple like this, and we'll just have redstone signal go to these pistons to make them fire. Now we're going to go over here like this, and it'll simply place 1 piece of redstone there and 1 like that, and you can see the redstone goes into this block, which powers this dispenser. Now all 3 of these are going to go into one location just like this, so they're all connected. Now we're going to have here a simple little creation of a repeater going like this. We'll actually have to break a little bit of the grass here, but that's fine obviously, just like this. And then we're going to go like this and have 2 pieces of redstone dust here and here on either side. That's going to basically make this be a circular circuit just like this. And again, what we're going to do is have 1 redstone repeater be going this way and 1 going this way. Now for the hardest part, which is to make this timer go off. It's not that hard though. We're just going to turn this on, have this clock be powered, and we're going to break the lever. And we're going to break this redstone dust and replace it with an unpowered redstone dust as fast as we can. So just like that. It's pretty simple. Now we're going to turn this off before we go completely deaf, just like this. Now because we have this repeater here, this is blocking this fully powered redstone from basically destroying this timer circuit here, and this timer circuit should stay flashing like this forever. This is actually the fastest clock you can have, which means this will turn on and off as fast as possible. Okay, now for the last step of this farm, which is simply just to put in bone meal to it, and we'll do that right now. We can just turn our bone blocks into bone meal and power this up just like this. And now, whenever we flick this lever, it'll start generating flowers for us. So let's turn that on and see how this works. Now, before we go completely deaf, something that I would advise doing is going to your options, going to your sounds, and turning blocks down to maybe like 5%, or maybe just not on at all. Because then, although this will be extremely loud, it will be nowhere near as loud. Now we're going to turn this off here real quick, just like this. Now we're going to take a look at our results. Now this farm's results are completely dependent on where you build this, so what biome you put this in. So when we grab all these blocks here, you can see here that all we've actually generated is poppies and dandelions. Now that's actually because we are in the forest biome. If you want a specific flower for your flower farm to farm, then go to the Minecraft wiki under flowers, and you'll find this amazing article where it shows every single flower and where it's grown, and then you can just find an area where those flowers generated naturally, build the farm underneath there or above there, and you will get those flowers in your farm every time the bone meal goes there. But anyway, it is a quite simple design obviously, doesn't use really any valuable components here, something you could really build very early game other than the bone meal. If you're looking for bone meal for this farm, it's really simple, because if you go to the Soul Sand Valley in the Nether, it is absolutely full and full of tons and tons of bone blocks that you can use to power up this farm with. What we're going to do here is we're going to make these few little things you can build next to it to make it just that little bit better. So what we're going to do is we're going to put down some scaffolding on either side, so we can have easy access to the top, so we can basically get ourselves there and grab all the blocks that we've generated very, very quickly. So you usually need about 4 scaffolding to do this, although you might need more or less depending on how you build this. And you can always just go up here and grab your flowers once you're done. The other thing I would suggest doing is building a very simple bone meal farm. Super simple, just 5 blocks, where it basically goes chest, then hopper into the chest, then composter into the hopper there, then hopper into the composter, and chest into the hopper. And anything you place in here, which ideally would be these extra wheat seeds you probably don't need, will get composted down and be extra bone meal for you to run this farm with. You can actually do this exact same farm and replace the grass here with nylium or warped nylium from the nether and generate a bunch of nether items that way. But overall, anything that you bone meal the ground with to get more of course flowers and the nylium in the nether, you can use this farm for, so it's really cool. And again, any flower type you want, you can get through there, and our bone meal farm is making this. One other thing I would suggest doing real quick is to make yourselves an area to store all the flowers and maybe all the wheat seeds you got. So right here I'm using barrels, and you can just use item frames on the side of it like this. And for instance, because our farm is only generating dandelions and poppies, we can have a chest for each of these. But if you want the most variety of flowers, you'd either want to go to the flower forest and find the correct area for that, or more ideally, what you could do is you could just go to a plains biome, and you usually get a pretty even mix of all 5 types of flowers. In fact, you will anywhere you go, because that's not set on the seed in the plains biome, which is very interesting. But that's pretty good there. I think you can also do that in like generic biomes like the ocean or something like that. But overall, just the plains biome and biomes like that will give you an even mix of those 5 flowers. Well, there is usually a couple more dandelions than the other flowers. If you guys enjoyed this video on how to build this super cool flower farm, make sure to press the like button, subscribe, comment, share, all these things that help my channel and this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Goodbye.